Ladies, gentlemen, and jabroni marks without a life that don't know it'll work when you work a work and work yourself into a shoot marks. My name is Brennan, and these two hustlers beside me are Tricky Nick and El Halfway Heffrey, coming at you with another banging episode of Wrestling Card Weekly. Boys, how the heck are we?
What the hell is up, Brennan? Jeffrey,
Man,
My
how's
mind is
everybody?
spinning.
I love
That
I
was
love
a
to
hell
get
of
you
an intro.
Thank you. It's probably my favorite part of getting ready for the
Work
show.
myself into a shoot work.
You know,
Tiffany and Charlotte over here.
AJ Styles was told that day on Twitter.
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, I'm wonderful. It's been a good weekend. We all hung out. I think we're before this episode comes out, y'all see the fun time we had on Friday. 3 inebriates busting open a couple of boxes. Had a good ass time. Yeah, played a show yesterday out in the sunshine.
Yeah.
Just an all around good weekend. How about you boys?
Hell yeah. We were good. I was good, man. Just picked up a couple cool cards. Just taking it easy, ready for WrestleMania next weekend.
Hell yeah.
Man, can't wait.
We're partying at Nick's house.
Yes. You're all welcome. Come on over.
Hell yeah. Well, what'd you boys get this week?
I got one. I got one card this week. Didn't even buy it myself. This one came from our buddy Josh.
Yep.
Sent this as a nice.
Aw.
Shouts out.
I don't know if I've
that
even
guy.
told. I might have told you guys, but we do kind of like a blind trade every now and then.
Yeah.
Where we just know what each other collect, and this was my gift from him this week in our trade. A nice past and present bookend 25 out of 25 Miz Immaculate Auto. Been looking at those forever. I love those. So shout out to Josh for that one.
It'll look good with the AJ you're going to buy from me, right?
It will. It will look good with that one.
No, that's a sick card. I like those past and presents. I've pulled a couple. I've pulled a Rhea.
Yeah, some of them look really good. It's a good idea.
It depends. Some of them look good, and some of them are. There's not enough past and present.
Yeah,
like I've got an Otis. I've got an Otis one, and it's like
the same
Otis. It's
guy.
Otis and Otis.
Yeah,
it's the nose twice.
The Miz for me, that card hits right because I watched that entire season of The Real World that he was on while it was on TV.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just thought he was awesome for liking wrestling and shit. And then I blinked my eyes a couple of years later and he's a wrestler.
Yeah. He looks kind of like Jack Swagger in that before picture.
All right, let's not say things we don't mean. Let's take it easy.
We, the Miz.
This is my resignation.
Nick, you buy anything cool?
Yeah, I got a couple of case hits this week that I picked up on eBay.
Just a couple case hits.
Yeah, the Sammy Let's Go. I don't have a Let's Go yet. I don't have these in hand, or else I'd have slightly better pictures.
I need to see that when you get it in hand.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I feel like those probably look really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited, and Sammy's awesome.
Yeah.
Out of all the Manias that I wanted, this one was probably the one I wanted most. It's just, I mean, it's 12. It's Sean. It's
everything.
Just so cool.
Love that.
And then Roxanne Helix that I'm very excited about.
Hell yeah.
So there's I think Kevin Owens has a Helix, and that's like the only other one that I'm looking for. So I'll probably try and pick one of those up over the next couple weeks. But it was I don't think I've seen one in person either. So I'm excited to get those in. Working on the little rainbows I'm working on.
Oh, yeah.
And Brennan, did you get anything interesting?
I did. We did an AEW break on Friday and pulled some. These are some of my favorites out of it. Pulled a Takeshita auto, which I'm really, really happy about.
Let's go.
Eddie Kingston out of 199. Love that man to death. One of my absolute favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
This was actually their I believe it was the 31s through 39s of the canvases are pretty rare prints. Blend one that popped that I was pretty excited about. And then as a personal, not on a super rarity or anything, but this clear cut Tremperetta. Love
God bless Trent.
God bless
And
Trent.
acetates. Acetates are so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
Yeah. No, so it was and I mean there was a ton of great stuff in there. But those were my standout picks.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed opening it, man. A
Thanks, man.
resident AEW opener.
You know, hey, it's my cross to bear as a sicko. Nick, any news?
Yes. Slow news, Top's still kind of leaving us in the lurch over what's coming next.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jeffrey, have you heard any rumors or anything?
I haven't. I still feel like it's probably Dynasty or
Because we've
something
seen it,
next,
yeah.
or Royalty if they're going the UFC route. I want
Yeah.
to say Finest came out for UFC pretty close after Chrome, so maybe all that.
I bet you they announce it WrestleMania weekend.
I feel like they're missing the boat not having a release this week.
Yeah.
Of Mania. That way, WWE World, and they can Fanatics live it up. But
they could have something. They could have something as a surprise for the actual, on-site Mania shop.
Maybe
was something that crossed my mind. If they,
I don't think they'll do a whole product release, but I think they're going to announce. I bet you.
An announcement would be good, but I feel like have them available by then.
Big news of the week. This was pulled. Well, the redemption for this was pulled.
It was
yeah. It was Jeffrey. He did it for The Rock.
That's just gorgeous. Did it for the
That's a crazy card. I mean, my favorite takes are people online being like, "This is going to be the most expensive Tops Now card." It's like,
yeah,
water is wet. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be steepish. I mean, it's going to be a real deal. Holyfield. I couldn't even begin to guess.
That means you have to now. Throw us a number.
What was that? What was the highest selling Rock Auto? How much did that go for?
One did north of 50,000.
That's what I was thinking. 60?
I think less.
Less?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Travis Scott aspect really.
That's
where my head goes.
But do people that care about Travis Scott's autograph care about The Rock and John Cena's autographs?
Maybe.
Or do the people that care about The Rock and John Cena autographs care about a Travis Scott autograph?
Probably not.
Well, that's where there's a weird kind of,
I don't think that they're.
You've got how much Rock and Cena are mainstream movie stars. Travis Scott's one of the biggest rappers in the world. You wonder, who outside of the hobby, who outside of wrestling fans sees this and goes, "Fuck it, I want that."
Yeah, it's
you saying that makes me think. What if a company pulls this one, like if it goes to auction or something, and they do Dick's Sporting Goods did with the Paul Skeens.
Yeah, right.
And they just pay out to
put it on display.
Yep.
How much did they pay for that Skeens?
1.4 or something like that.
Yeah, it was decently over $1 million.
You mean every employee of Dick's Sporting Goods didn't want to go sit with Livy Dunn in that box?
Apparently not. So, but yeah, I'm curious on the price. It's not. I'm curious on the price of this one compared to a Rock Austin duel out of Chrome.
Sure.
Yeah. So is this one going to be? I don't know if you guys know, but is this one going to be Chrome?
I don't think so.
Because they did the you buy so many, you unlock the Chrome parallels. It'd be kind of weird for them not to make this like a Superfractor Chrome.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But
do you think that would change the value in your mind?
Yes.
Would it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
For me, it would. If it was
a Chrome card over a playing card,
a Superfractor like Chrome.
even on a 101.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I have a paper 101, and it's nowhere near what I would like. I would much rather have some sort of refractor or chromium stuff.
Yeah. See, every week I learn new shit about just the mentality of
that's what we're here for.
No, and I very much appreciate it.
We're your senseis.
Which, I mean, on that, like, I love that card, but like, what is your dream card? What's a card that, like, if you could, not to say like a card that already exists, or it could be, but like, if you could just create a card, what would it be?
It's a good question.
Well, it's gonna have an auto.
Yes,
it's gonna have an auto. I feel like we can really workshop this.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about relics?
Great about them.
Match used only.
Yes.
Okay, match used only.
And personally, I don't really care about them that much. In the general,
I say I don't because of like what we've been given, but maybe if there was like I don't know, something crazier, like Brennan talking about, Boogeyman's worms stapled to the card. But no, for me, definitely auto on card, 100% on card.
Oh yeah, I even know who my two. I know what mine would be.
What would it be?
It would be a chromium type of card, so either a prism or Topps Chrome. It would be Wolfpack themed. No, it'd be Outsiders themed.
Okay.
And it would be a dual on card of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash with a cool red-black Outsiders theme on the card. And it would be numbered. It would be numbered to 5. Other people need to have fun too. We'll number it to 5. Everybody else
generous, not taking the one of your dream card.
It's funny that you say that, because one thing that I thought, and I have a bunch of ideas in my head, but like one thing that I was thinking was NWO themed. And if we were talking relic, if we were talking something completely insane, how the hell did they get this? Why is this in there? 4 auto. It is Hall, Nash, Hogan, Rodman. And the little relic is a little bit of the ash from one of their cigars. That popped in my head. I was like, that would be probably the pimpest card I could think of.
Yeah. All right, you just gave me a great idea. I like that. So my new one. All right, on card is a dual auto, relic auto. It is premium stock, like thick, kind of like immaculate.
Yeah.
Dual auto on card. Mankind, Undertaker. And the relic is a piece of the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Or even a piece of Mankind's mask, or one of those 48 teeth he lost, or whatever else.
A tooth relic.
What if they did like a Michael's razor piece of the ladder from SummerSlam?
Yeah. I don't understand how nobody's done a thumbtack relic.
Probably safety reasons.
I mean, I could understand that, but if you smush the edge of the thumbtack, or you just cut it off entirely, you just have the ball.
Yeah.
That would be my entire collection.
That'd be really cool.
Or God forbid, a Lego from one of those PWG matches. I'd rather take thumbtacks all day than a Lego spot.
Yeah. Oof.
Maybe some real glass from an AEW pay-per-view.
Why don't you
real glass
river, sir?
I think that would be nice.
Nick, you got it. Oh, what were you saying?
No, I was going to say, I think we all came up with some interesting interesting ideas right there. I mean, I think we all want autographs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think anybody's dream card is probably going to be an on-card auto of something.
Yeah, on-card auto and something particularly
Or
cool
cut.
as a relic.
Yeah.
I feel like we could workshop that into so many just like fantasy booking style cards.
No.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah,
be
I
so
mean,
cool.
just top of my head, Hall Nash, Chromium, some sort.
To all the viewers, drop your dream card down in the comments now because I want to see what y'all
Yes.
come up with.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
hey,
get some
like,
good
comment, and
stuff.
subscribe too.
Yeah, we got to do the
Yeah, and
YouTube
have you
thing, know?
considered
That's our
We're
liking,
terrible
commenting,
YouTubers.
and subscribing?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
terrible
and
YouTubers.
like clicking that little bell or something. I don't know. That's
notifications.
Yeah, notifications.
Yeah.
We subscribe to our Patreon that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Someday maybe, I don't know. All that to say, Dick, you got a career retrospective today?
I do have a career retrospective today.
Who is it?
We did Charlotte, and we did.
You're
Cena.
2 and 3 for pieces of shit.
We did.
So can we cut it
We
in
did
half?
Cody last week. Yes, we're doing Tiffy.
There we go. Now
It's
we're
Tiffy
half.
time.
That's what time it is.
It's
Tiffy time. Oh, hold on. Watch this. Lights up. It says Tiffy time.
It actually says Tiffy time.
It says
Okay,
Tiffy time on there.
Before we do that, can we talk about how cringe the segment of her and Charlotte was on SmackDown, where she gets out of her car, just going Tiffy time Tiffy, in the middle of the parking lot? Like, who does that?
And then she gets jumped. Yeah.
The rest of it.
I thought you were talking about last week's. I thought you were talking about last week's segment. Yeah, I mean it's whatever. I mean, they're working.
I'm probably the only one.
They're working a shoot, or they're shooting a work into a shoot.
Yeah, something like that. But getting out
I'm
of your car,
Tiffy got the
Tiffy time.
Yeah.
That segment sucked ass.
I'm glad Tiffy got the last word in last week, but
the end of the show, great.
And she really needs to win because I don't think anybody really wants to see Charlotte win.
No, at this point, I can't see. Triple H seems like he's not. I don't think he's as stubborn a booker as a VKM or something. I think he's. I think he sees the writing on the wall. How and especially if the main event is going to go how we all think it's going to go.
Yeah,
you don't want to. You don't want to fuck around too hard.
But back to Tiffy.
Yeah.
It is Tiffy time.
Yeah.
Her rookie cards came out in 2022, so really her Prism is mainly her main big chase rookie card.
Mm-hmm.
Here's just the silver, just to show. Top sales from a rookie card. She had a blue shimmer to 10 that did 1,800, her best offer.
Nice.
And she had a gold to 10 that did 1080 at auction.
So
I don't believe, if I remember correctly in my research, neither of those were graded. I could be wrong, but I don't think they were. And then if we look at her top 5 cards, I'm actually kind of surprised. Let me pull that back up real quick.
She has a good image on her rookie Prism.
Yeah.
Same with her. As much as it was a dumpster fire of a set, the 2022 Panini NXT.
Yeah.
She has rookie cards in there too.
Yeah.
Dumpster fire of a set, but the image itself was good.
I'm sorry, that was not her highest selling rookie card. Her highest selling rookie card was a PSA 10 gold that went for $5,000 back in January.
Really?
Yes. It just didn't have rookie card in the title. There's another one. Guys, put rookie card in your titles. RC.
Many such cases.
It'll really help. Anyway, if we want to look at some of her high selling cards, this is her platinum memorabilia from Immaculate. That went for $28.50.
I really like that cut on the fabric.
Yeah, that's cool. There's the black 1/1 from Prism, and that hasn't sold. I'm curious what that would bring today. That sold back in 2022 for $3,000.
Man, that is insanely centered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they got
curious-
that graded.
Yeah, I wonder where that card's at today. Here is a gold PSA 10 that went for $4,500 last fall, and that was at auction. So if that's going $4,500 at auction, I mean, granted it's a 10, but that one of one.
I bet that
You said
one
that's
one
sold
comes on
last
the
year?
market on Monday.
Like after, you think
It'd be a
before
good
Mania?
time.
I'm saying next Monday
After.
Mania. Sorry, I'm in future. This airs on Wednesday mode.
Yeah.
Sorry to break kayfabe, guys.
The gems from Flawless was number 2. And then her top selling card of all time is this PSA 10 Gold Prism rookie that did 5,000. So solid. I thought there would be more Flawless, as there just always seems to be a lot of 2024 Flawless in all these that we've done. But I'm happy to see her rookies getting some love, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that being the debut set of Prism helps a lot too.
Yeah, I agree.
Like if she ends up having like a Charlotte Flair career,
Yeah.
good luck buying 2022 Prism.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah.
Like 2022 stuff in general is already going to be crazy expensive down the line, I think, with that rookie class, because it was her, Braun Breaker. I feel like there were some other pretty good people in there, but with it being debut Panini and those two alone, man.
Yeah.
They're going to be really good.
So we asked viewers to give us questions this week.
Yeah.
We did. And this week we got 2, which is twice as many as last week.
As many as
at this point, it's only going to keep going up.
Clear your schedules, boys. Pretty soon we're going to be on like a 12-hour live stream answering questions.
Yeah, absolutely. The Andy Kaufman Twitter account we got involved with last night. Jeffrey texts us at midnight. He's like, "What? Andy Kaufman's dead."
One of the best texts I've ever
Yeah.
received in my life.
Yeah, I was like, Andy Kaufman retweeted like a tweet that we were mentioning. I was like, isn't he dead? Like, what is happening?
Yes.
Anyways,
he died in the
80s. Before I was even born. But
there's a lot of debate.
To get to the question, Wrestling Card Guy, AEW Card on Twitter sent us, how about celebrities long overdue for a wrestling card? My pick, Andy Kaufman. He was one of the greatest celebrity wrestling angles in history and a WWE Hall of Famer. So on that question, it's especially with us here in Memphis, it's a fantastic pick.
Yeah.
So what would you guys pick as a celebrity wrestling card? Somebody that hasn't had one.
Man. I hate okay, this isn't my answer, but the first 2 names that popped into my head were Al Roker and what's the other? Drew Carey. Don't actually want either of them, but they just happen to be the first 2 that popped into my head.
I want a Rodman wrestling card.
You want a what?
I want a Dennis Rodman wrestling card.
Yeah. That would be cool.
That would
be pretty fun.
Fantastic. I'd love to see she had 80s cards, but Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
If anybody deserves an updated card. And that is, of course, now that Andy Kaufman's already taken, Andy Kaufman's my dad would tell me stories about Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. We would watch, I don't know if you remember, there was that little like 2-hour documentary about Jerry and Andy's feud that would air on Comedy Central like every week before Comedy Central really started doing their own thing. And I watched that 100 times on TV.
Yeah. That one right there is definitely the top pick, I think. Man. It's hard. I feel like there's so many just like random.
Rodman versus Karl Malone on a card. It'd be fantastic.
Hell yes.
Did Stephen Amell ever get one? Like, was he?
I want to say he had an all-in card.
He had an all-in card. I don't think he ever got a WWE card.
I forgot. Yeah, he was. He did do AEW.
Did Johnny Knoxville get a card?
That was my next one. Was
Johnny Knoxville?
That was an incredible match. I still like.
That was entertaining. It was very
him and Sammy duel would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
No, he, by the looks of it, did not. No, he got an Elite Collection. Oh no, that was a action figure. No, he did not get a card. That's
But he did get a figure.
It looks like he did. Yeah, he did get a
Yeah.
figure.
That's cool. I feel like there's got to be some other ones, but we'll brainstorm.
Oh yeah.
Question number 2. What is your guys' favorite image used on a wrestling card?
I loved this question. For me, the image makes or breaks the card. Especially, I don't know. I don't like. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what release it is. Like, it could be Chronicles, like low end. But if it's a good image, I'll collect it. So
Right.
I love this one. This was mine. It was a toss up. I had a couple, but the 2022 Immaculate Roman Reigns Milestones auto. I don't know. This one screamed aura to me.
That's sick.
He has Roman actually had a lot of really good images through the Panini era. I know there was one of his Prism images. It was like him with the 2 belts. Then he had, I want to say his 2022 was him like Superman about to Superman punch on the mat. It was okay, but I like this one a lot. But I think Immaculate did a really good job with photos in general.
Yeah, I think Panini did a pretty good job with photos in general. So.
They did. And then like my runner up, well, I don't even think I uploaded that picture, but my runner up would be the Action Pack. Honestly, a lot of the series from Action Pack of the 2023 Chronicles Panini.
Yeah.
And the originals, of course, but the Mankind Undertaker. Well, I guess it's just the Mankind card, but him on top of the Hell in a Cell in that Action Pack was really nice as well.
Yeah. So I went with this Austin.
Oh, that goes hard.
Yeah, out of 2022 Immaculate. It's just I saw it. I don't even remember the first time I saw it. I think I saw it on Twitter one day. And I was just like, this is the coolest card I've ever seen in my life. Like, just the spraying of the beer. It's just like, it's so perfectly photogenic. Great big on-card auto. Like, this is a card I'm targeting this year to pick up.
Even outside of a card, that's one of the hardest images I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So I'm hoping to turn some stuff into one of these this year. But this is definitely, as far as modern cards go and just cool pictures, I think this one does it for me.
For sure.
Yeah.
I actually have a card here that is I pulled on Friday. There's one of my favorite images of Timeless Toni Storm, who is, not to be a weirdo or anything, a beautiful woman, but she occasionally goes absolutely insane. And this particular image of Toni Storm on this card, I think, is just one of the dopest cards I've ever seen.
She looks like the Joker.
Yeah, she looks like the Joker. She looks like, if you look at my Twitter, I compared her to the lead singer of a band called Death Heaven. She's I love Toni to death, and that card popped me really good. Runner up on that, I don't have the card near me at the moment, but I know Nick has a gold of this, I believe, which is that Becky Lynch card from Panini, I think last year or the year before, where she is in the Elimination Chamber.
Last year's Prism. Yeah.
Yes,
that was a great photo.
I love that photo. I think that's just like, that's kind of an iconic picture to me.
Yeah.
That's a good. Did you like? I don't know if you've seen it, but the I want to say it was last year's Select, the Bailey Premier level, where she's like at the top of the cage in the corner.
Yes,
that was a good one.
Hard. Yeah,
and then that the ringside Rhea Ripley with like the multiple faces of Ripley. That one was sick too.
That. I haven't seen that.
You need to look up the Isla Dawn Prism from 2024 if you haven't seen it. It's like
It's that one that's cracked, Brennan.
Yeah, like shattered glass.
Oh
Almost.
no, that
Yeah.
Isla Dawn one goes crazy.
Yes,
Yeah, Nick
they
has like
they
3
went-
or 4 of those.
Yeah, they went extra hard on that Isle of Dawn card for no reason, and it was
No.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and
Yeah.
that ringside Rhea, I just looked it up. That's
Oh, had you not
That's
seen that
tough.
before?
yeah,
Oh, it's nice.
that's tough.
Yeah, that's a nice one. I like that. Like I said, the image on cards, man.
Dude, they're yeah, it's just fantastic. It's you know, it's fun. It's fun doing this show because I know some of you guys watching have watched my eyes just light up as I'm really starting to get it, and I'm really starting to get it, and it's just a blast, man.
Yeah.
Who thought pictures on cardboard could be so much fun?
Cigarette makers back in the day.
Exactly.
Now we're all addicted to everything.
Now, as we do every week, I came up with a little draft. Thought it'd be fun to do. Same as last week. Same as the week before. Draft. And this week I was thinking, because WrestleMania is coming up this coming weekend, favorite WrestleMania matches. And
let's start.
Jeffrey will go first since he panders and wins.
Jeffrey is
let's start
the corporate
with
champ.
The pander champ.
The pander
the
champ.
corporate champion over here. LFA.
Not 1, not 2, 3 time.
You know, if I keep getting burned like this, I'm gonna start lashing out at people.
You know.
Well, listen, I'm about to pull up with a pander champ custom made belt. If this continues, so
okay, so like what we're gonna do
that.
Here we go. We'll make a deal. At the end of the year, whoever has the most victories,
okay,
gets some kind of belt. Now it's probably gonna be like a toy belt from Target.
I'm in. I'll put money.
I'm in.
We'll hardcore champion it and put like El Jefe the Pander champ on it.
Yeah.
So you're already admitting.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's coming home with me. Look, I'm 0-3 right now, but
before we get to that point, I want to take the time to address the fact that Brennan ended with 0 votes this week. And I want to address the fact that Brennan also has the capability to vote for himself.
I want to address the fact that I thought we were running a clean ship around here.
A clean ship involves voting for yourself.
I didn't know that. I just,
Who did you vote for?
Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
I didn't vote. I'm not. My hands are clean. This is a fan vote. This is a viewer vote.
Wow. Yeah, well, I'm a fan of this show, so I voted for myself.
You know how many Twitter accounts I have, brother? Oh, y'all are dead in the water now.
Run it up, buddy.
Oh, we're screwed.
I'm just kidding. I have one.
Wow.
All right. So
Jeffrey,
we'll get into the draft now.
As the champion, what's your first pick?
So we're going favorite Mania matches of all time, and I can't pass up TLC 2 as my number one. Edge and Christian, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys.
You know, that era of the Hardy Boys was like my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
I used to try and do like a swanton off of like the back of the couch.
Yeah, me too, except I really didn't flip.
8-year-old, yeah. And then I used to look up like, where do you buy those cool things that Jeff and Matt wear on their arms?
I have some in a drawer over here that I got when TNA first went out of business.
Yeah,
they started selling everything. I have
Jeff
so
next
Hardy
week
sleeves.
You're wearing those.
I will wear them next week. Done.
Okay,
done
cool.
And done.
But
yeah,
no,
great pick.
This match, I mean, I remember watching it live. I remember watching it the 300 times I've replayed that WrestleMania on Peacock or the network. But I don't know. It was great storytelling. It was insane. I don't even know if it's wrestling, just like the spots were amazing, but they still told good stories. I mean, you had your run in from Rhino, your run in from Lita, your run in from Spike Dudley. I don't know. That match is probably up there with my favorite matches in general.
Yeah,
in wrestling, it was so great to watch.
No, that's a great choice. That match absolutely rules.
For my number one, WrestleMania 12, the Iron Man match between Shawn and Brett. It is the first. I remember renting WrestleMania 12 from Blockbuster.
You're aging us, Nick.
And this sticks out to me. I don't know if I watched it live or not, but I know that I definitely watched it as a kid numerous times on VHS.
Yeah.
And it's what made Shawn my favorite wrestler, or one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
Two of the best to ever do it.
Yeah, of course. So like, I don't know. It's just it has a warm spot in my heart.
Yeah. I was the same as a kid. You waited 6 months for Blockbuster to get the pay-per-view on VHS, and then you go that route.
Yeah. Brennan, what was your first one?
My first one, Stone Cold and The Rock, X7. Just, I mean, what can you even say? It's
that photo is my childhood.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you can hear Limp Bizkit playing in the back of your head.
Yeah.
When you look at that photo. Yeah, unbelievable match, unbelievable turn, unbelievable finish. Like it, I can go on and on. You know exactly what I'm gonna say. Yeah.
Also, that title belt right there is severely underrated. I feel like I really like that.
I had one of those as a kid.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this the other day. That's the same one I was talking about. That
variant wing eagle
is
cool. Just absolutely beautiful.
It's a big globe. Yeah, Jeffrey, number two.
My number two was going. Man, what did I pick?
Come on, I've got the picture stage. Don't mess this up.
Second, yeah, sorry, breaking kayfabe. We'll be right back after this message.
Pick this one.
Versus career. Shawn Michaels, another Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania, and Undertaker. Was this 26? That match was insane. Their storytelling in it in general was just off the charts. This was the one where Shawn came out as like God-loving Shawn in his white robe, like came down through the clouds. Obviously, his retirement match. We all know how that match ended, but I don't know. At the time, you knew the end of Shawn was coming, but the streak itself was like almost bigger than WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So like I remember every year, like it didn't matter what the main event was. It was always like, all right, who's Taker facing? Like that was almost bigger. Most of the time. So, and then this match in general was just great. Like it was really good, really, really, really good in ring. So
solid.
Hell yeah.
For my number two, I went with Bryan beating Batista and Orton at 30 in the second match of the night. I mean, like, what can you say? It was the Yes Movement.
It's one of the best moments in wrestling history.
It was the first WrestleMania I had watched in like 5 years. So it holds a special place for that for me. And it's just, I mean, the pivot they made that they had to make, even though, it's just, the whole thing was just great. I don't really know how to describe it. Just the whole.
It's funny you say that. That was the first Mania I had watched in probably the same amount of time, like 5, 6, 7 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, who is this Daniel Bryan guy? Like, I want Batista to win. Like, as I'm watching it live, like, I have no idea who Daniel Bryan is at this point. And now looking back, I'm like, oh, yeah, Daniel Bryan definitely should have won that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's such a great Mania. Great night. Great to see him hold the belt. So,
yeah. That's a good
Brennan?
My number two is WrestleMania 31, Brock versus Roman.
WrestleMania.
While I was watching this match, everybody wanted Danielson in the main event. It was tough. They got it down to Roman and Danielson at Fastlane right before.
Was that the one in Memphis?
FedEx. Yeah, one at Memphis. I was there. I'm sure
I was too.
Yeah, and I watching live. I begrudgingly loved this match. it was making me kind of mad how well it was going. And then the more it got, the more I was into it. And I was just loved it. I mean, y'all mentioned storytelling. That whole match, just fantastic storytelling, fantastic in-ring. And then Seth's cash in is just one of the great, one of my favorite WrestleMania moments, period. End of discussion.
Mine too.
Probably second only to Danielson winning. Daniel Bryan winning. Yeah, I just and WrestleMania 31 is just a great card top to bottom. I like an honorable mention was that ladder match, where Dean Ambrose had his head stapled multiple times. And,
yeah,
and old Zack Ryder won. But yeah, no, this match
was the Zack Ryder. Yeah.
Yep, lost it at the Raw after Mania.
Is this was that the same Mania Sting and Triple H had their match?
Yeah, so I'm sorry, I did not mean top to bottom. I meant mostly top to bottom.
No, that was a really good Mania. It was.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Nick or Jeffrey, what's your last one?
So I'm gonna stick with my my theme of the streak and do the end of an era match. The Hell in a Cell, Triple H, Taker. You got Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. This one, the in ring wasn't as like up there with the rest of these that we've talked about so far, but the story itself carried so much. And like I always remember that shot of the three of them at the top of the ramp at the end of the match. And I don't know, I guess I'm a big sucker for the story, especially like the streak brought so much story. Look, this is my soap opera.
I agree. I'm with you, dude.
And that's the thing, like the three of them, like you couldn't pick, like it doesn't matter what the fuck happens in ring, as far as flashy spots or anything. You get the three of them in a ring, they're going to move you. And they did.
Literally, I mean, look at them. You got Triple H running main roster. You've got Shawn Michaels now running NXT, and Undertaker just runs everything. So
solid one. For 3, I went with I'm Sorry, I Love You.
What a moment.
What a match. I mean, I don't really know. It's just,
one of the most useful gifts I've ever had.
I'm sorry. I love you. But yeah, Michaels Flair, WrestleMania 24. I just popped in my head as one that always fun to go back and watch. So
yeah.
So I went Brennan. You got a third pick?
Well, I was gonna say my favorite part about that match was that was the last time Ric Flair wrestled. Which was really cool.
Okay, so what year was that? So let's add on the years that he's
24, 2008-ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say 08, 09. Yeah.
I saw someone today say Ric Flair might face Randy Orton at WrestleMania this year, and I lost it.
No, Sean Ross Sapp posted that Ric Flair had the lowest odds of facing Randy Orton.
Oh, because he was old.
And I replied, I was like, "Can you put a spoiler tag on that, you son of a bitch?"
Like, come on.
Yeah, I still had hope. My third one is Shawn and Razor at WrestleMania X. There's debate what's better, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, as far as this match goes. The answer is absolutely SummerSlam, but this match, as far as a Mania match, sticks out so much. Even being a little lower than the SummerSlam match, it's still one of the best Mania matches in my opinion. Having the whole thing with Diesel, having IRS confiscate Scott's chains, all this lead up to it, and then they went out there and they just fucking worked. It was just an amazing match. Yeah, I loved it.
Solid pick.
Yeah, thank you.
Based on our picks, it seems there's a reason Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't. You can't deny it. Oh, by the way, my runner-up is WLC from the pre-show WrestleMania
Phenomenal.
30 between El Torito and Hornswoggle.
Okay, that was genuinely a good match.
It was genuinely a good match. That's the thing.
Unironically.
Yeah, unironically, that was a really good match. Those dudes went out and worked their asses off. And like,
that was
it was
match.
a stepladder. Okay. It's tall for them. It was they went out there and left it all on the mat. I genuinely really love that match.
I'm gonna go back and watch so many Manias after this now.
Yeah. I'll probably just be watching whatever the YouTube live stream of Mania matches is this week.
Yeah. Man.
Be ready. So
lastly, this week I learned.
What'd you learn this week?
You guys learned anything this week, but one thing I learned is that if you break the amount of episodes that Nitro had, Eric Bischoff will just get off the internet and just leave. Apparently that's what it took. People have been trying to get Eric Bischoff off the internet for years and years. We could have saved TNA years ago. WWE didn't even have to get involved.
Effort?
Me. Man. I don't even know. This week I learned that I do have the capability to not buy a card every single week, because the only one I got this week was a trade/gift.
Right.
So
look at that.
Look at that restraint.
Proud of
That's
you.
improvement.
To go on the complete opposite side of you, this week I learned that if I'm around other degenerates at the card shop, I turn into a degenerate myself. It is not great. So I'm going to need one of you two to accompany me to the card shop from now on.
No, then I'm going to go broke.
It just be like, hey, man.
Look at me. I'm on. This is episode
not
4.
Buy this.
This is episode 4. I've spent more on cards in the last week than I have in my entire life.
Speaking of that, has your card from like episode 1 come in yet? The Billy Gunn?
It has. Hold on. Let me grab that. Yeah, my Billy Gunn Max Headroom.
Let's go
with the mask from
the mask from the Purge. Yeah, finally came in.
How long did that take? 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
It took about 3 weeks. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Came in. I've got it.
It's
sitting on my little.
Matters.
I have a board behind my desk, and it's sitting on my little hole.
Nice.
I love it. Well, boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for interacting with us on Twitter, sending in your questions. Everybody that's liked the videos, commented, subscribed, everything. We just can't thank you enough. We really enjoyed doing this. And if you're a new viewer, all of our X handles are on here. At us, we're always up to talk, and man, we love you guys very much. Heffrey, Nicholas, love you boys.
We will see these boys. I guess next time we record one of these episodes, it'll be post-Mania.
Yeah. In between then, we're gonna do
a lot to talk about.
Yeah, in between then, we're gonna do our Mania predictions. And then the next one for this will be that, and yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
Hell yeah!
Acknowledge your pander champ.
Done. Out of here. Bye.